Last year's North Bay fires reminded us how devastating fire can be. For your protection and those surrounding you, there are 11 fire stations located within the designated Very High Fire Severity Zone. Each year, Oakland Fire Department personnel complete approximately 21,000 residential inspections. Annual inspections begin in May. 30 days after the first inspection, Fire Department personnel will return to properties that were not compliant. Because we know that preparation is the best prevention, your property is required to be maintained year-round. Here is how you can do your part to keep your home and loved ones safe. Defensible space regulations are designed to create and maintain a buffer around your home that can slow or stop an advancing fire. If every property owner creates and maintains defensible space between each home and parcel, our community becomes a much safer place to live.
We're not asking you to remove your ornamental vegetation that's irrigated, alive, and maintained. We're not asking you to cut down trees. As long as they're alive, again, irrigated, maintained, they're okay. What we're asking you to do is to remove that feral vegetation, those seasonal weeds, grasses, and brush from your property. We're trying to eliminate those fuel ladders that will transfer fire from the ground into the tree canopy and through radiant and conductive heat to your homes.
Here are some of the things you can do to create a defensible space around your home. Limbing up and pruning back trees.
For pruning and limbing trees on residential properties is that the trees be cut at least 1/4 the height of the tree or a minimum of 6 feet. That eliminates the possibility of ladder fueling and heat transfer from ground level fire into tree canopy. Tree branches shall be pruned away from the horizontal roof line, that's the gutter line, within 10 feet vertically above. By doing that, there's no radiant or conductive heat transfer. Exceeding that 10-foot minimum is the best practice.
Keep chimney and stovepipe outlets clear.
When your tree is pushing the stovepipe outlet to the side, it's gone on far too long. I'm amazed we haven't had a fire. Plus, look, the tree is overhanging the roof line within what? 10 feet, right? It all needs to be pruned back.
Keep rooftops clear of debris.
Wildland fires, they're consuming vegetation, they're consuming brush, they're consuming leafy matter. The winds pick up, they start throwing ash and embers, and they can carry up to 2-3 miles even away. And if your rooftop, like this one on this building, is covered in pine needles, any ember lands on that, that whole roof is going in a matter of seconds. We need to all be conscious that fuel accumulates there and clear weeds and leaves and leaf litter debris from our gutters and our roof lines.
Pulling or cutting brush.
It's recommended that seasonal weeds and grasses and invasive brush like this here be cut and removed from the property and maintained at a height of 6 inches or less. In doing so, you're reducing the opportunity for a fire to spread by reducing the fuel load. If a fire does occur on the property with vegetation at that level, the flame length is not significant enough to transfer heat and flame into the tree canopy. That makes our whole community safer.
Removing debris and dead or dying vegetation from your property.
All this stuff that's ordinary combustibles from plastics and a garbage can over there and old lumber and the weeds that I cut down because the fire department told me to cut those down last year, but I'll just put them on the side of my house. Is that a fire hazard right next to the house? Does that have flash fuels and other rated fuels that could start to consume and create a big fire that would produce enough radiant or conductive heat to ignite the home that's literally right next to that garbage can over there? That's a fire code violation. You should not have a collection of combustible waste, debris, weeds, grasses, wood, etc. that presents an imminent fire hazard.
Maintain roadside clearances.
Here is an excellent example of creating and maintaining a roadside clearance. One of the most common causes of wildfire is an ignition source adjacent to a roadway. It could be an automobile accident, downed power lines, or a cigarette thrown from a moving vehicle. By clearing the roadside of brush, we are reducing the opportunity for a fire to occur.
Pay attention and plan ahead. Comply with red flag days. Learn what they mean and what not to do on those days. Watch for fire danger signs and report any concerns.
Red flag days occur quite frequently in the months of August, September, October, and even into November. On red flag days, public service announcements will be made through the local news media, warning citizens that it is extreme fire danger. It'll also be posted on our signs, and a large red flag will be displayed on the flagpoles at our local fire stations. When these signs indicate high or very high or extreme, residents have to be cautious about what activities they do on their properties. This means no use of gas-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, construction tools with metal blades that could cause sparks, no outdoor burning, no use of charcoal barbecues. All that activity must stop.
Keep roadways clear. Our roads in the hills are very narrow. During a fire or medical emergency, our fire engines need open road access to respond quickly and safely. Please keep the roadway clear. And please park as if your life or the life of someone you love depends on it. Report abandoned vehicles or those obstructing access to fire hydrants to 510-238-3099. Make sure your address is visible from the street in both directions. You do not want to hear the fire engine drive past your home when you need them the most.
This is an example of proper identification of a residential property for emergency response. The California Fire Code requires that your address numbers be visible to first responders in the event of an emergency. The code requires that address numbers be at least 4 inches high, in contrasting color to their background, visible from 100 feet on approach in any direction. This allows firefighters, police officers, and medics to respond to your home quickly when an emergency is occurring.
Make sure any hydrants in your neighborhood are visible and easily accessible. To report hydrant issues, please call 510-444-3322 or 510-238-4000. You and the Oakland Fire Department can prepare for and prevent future wildfire events. Together, we can protect lives and reduce potential damage. If we all chip in and do our part, we can help keep the 10,000 plus acres of the Oakland Hills safe this fire season and all year long. For more information on how to maintain your property, please go to readyforwildfire.org or call Oakland Fire Department's Fire Prevention Bureau Vegetation Management Unit at 510-238-7388. Thank you.